Hey folks, welcome back to the shop. This is Mainville UTV and Outdoors, and today we are checking out tires. We've somehow managed to accumulate a couple sets of tires, so we thought we'd give you our thoughts on them and install the latest and greatest right here, these MotoHavocs on Project Mischief, so stay tuned.
You waiting for Dad to come back with the scale? Hey, buddy. Got the scale?
I did. Let's see if this $13 scale does the job. I hope so, because it's our entire YouTube budget.
$13.
Yeah, it's not like we make a boatload out of this.
Good job.
Hey?
Good job recycling. I'm proud of you.
Really?
Yeah. No. Takes off his shoes. What's the damage?
180.
Okay.
That's what I've always been, I don't know.
It's all them Pop-Tarts.
All the Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pop-Tarts, top out wet. Okay. So this is our super duper accurate scale that I got for 13 bucks on sale.
Ooh.
And we're gonna weigh some tires. First, we should probably make it official.
It had to be.
Okay, so first tires up are these Assassinators. These are 29.5 by 10 Assassinator tires on R14. So you know a lot about these tires, you've seen them around. I used them for about a year and a bit. Fantastic tire, super hard rubber compound. Notably, probably one of the best tires on the market for mud. And I say that with a bit of an asterisk. They are very heavy, very hard on parts. The lug can go up to about 4" on the very extreme outer edge, but I think they're roughly a 3" lug. They haven't worn whatsoever, and I actually did a lot of trail riding with these tires. I have a lot of good things to say, but one of my issues with them was their weight. Because of the width on them, I like 10 wides for flotation purposes, but it got me into a lot of trouble with actual fitment. They measure true at 29.5. It depends on what you do with your rim. This rim here, because of its width, actually made it 30 inches exactly, so it was actually measuring above its own true measurement. So that's actually commendable for a lot of tires, because, for example, stock cryptids that they're running on some of these Can-Ams, they'll say they're 30, but they're actually 27 3/4, which is obviously a drastic difference. So it's nice to know that these tires do measure true. Of course, there's very minor deviations, like I was saying, with rims, but because they're so heavy, I wanted to switch out from them and try to do something similar in tire, but really lighten the load on the quad. Luckily, I haven't broken anything. The first thing we're going to do is weigh this thing on our super accurate scale that I got from Home Depot. Now it's not weighing them. Technical difficulties. So I might actually have to weigh myself and do what Cass said, basically have this tire in my hands and do it. So just to confirm my actual weight, so the entire world knows I'm not over.
With your shoes on, unless you're gonna take them off every time.
That's fair.
I get it on camera.
Why does it keep giving me an error? My super accurate $13 thing. Maybe it needs time. 176 on the nose.
I don't want to do this on camera.
I gotta carry this peg and we'll do math every single time, I suppose. This tire sucks.
To carry. What are we looking at?
247.5.
Nice.
Do some calculations.
71.5 pounds.
71.5 pounds?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. That's more than I remember actually looking up. So, there you go. 29.5 by 10 Assassinator on a Can-Am beadlock. The same one you'd find stock on like a Renegade X Smar or something like that. 71.5 pounds.
Per tire.
Per tire.
Times 4 is 286.
That's massive. That's huge rotational weight. But, alright, so we'll see if our new tires actually shave some weight. So this next tire is sort of the current flavor of the month, I find. Assassinators are very popular and they definitely ran the show for the longest time when it came to mud tires. These MotoHavocs kind of showed up, I would say about 6 to 8 months ago and just totally took over as far as that's concerned. They have a great reputation. They have some pretty interesting sizes. This one in particular is my favorite, so we went a little higher, a little bigger on this one. It's a 32 tall, 8.5 wide, so they're technically like pizza cutters, they're skinnier, which actually is fantastic for my current predicament. The width on the tire actually creates a lot of the fitment issues, so we are going from those Assassinators to these MotoHavocs being the current tire for me. The one thing I'm definitely going to lose out on is flotation. The Assassinators with their width and paddle make quite good tires in the water. These tires I think will do fine. I don't have a whole lot of experience with these. I've only ridden on them in the winter so far, but we're definitely going to find out during the year. So these are notably lighter, and a lot of it is due to the width, the lighter compound on the rubber, and that's because they don't need to support as much lug. So it's a bit shorter of a lug. These are about 2 inches tall, so can't wait to get these fitted on, but we're gonna see if they can beat the 71.5 pounds of these.
Each.
Right? Keeping in mind that is a beadlock, right? So there's a little more of the construction and stuff like that, but very confident with this. So they're both 6-ply tires. They should be reasonably close as long as you understand the differences in the actual tires. So we'll measure these up. It's a lot easier to pick up, I know that. There's no way it's not lighter. Okay. 240. The wife's behind the camera doing all the hard work.
64 pounds each, so you're saving.
So I've got a taller tire.
Yeah.
At 64 pounds for these and 71.5.
So it's 7.5 pounds difference per tire.
That's a lot of weight saved, especially to go for 32s.
So you're looking at 256 all around.
Nice.
Pounds.
One big perk to these tires, and one of the reasons they're actually lighter, is rims are typically lighter than the tire themselves. This is a 16-inch rim, so 32 by 8.5 on an R16. So the more you make your rim big, the more you're actually saving in weight. So that's good. So that's another perk to this as opposed to that. So pretty exciting stuff. We're gonna get these tires now onto Mischief, which I'm super excited about. We're gonna get those trail tires off. Those are MotoClaws, and we're gonna weigh those. We're also gonna go and grab one of Cass's 30-inch Sludgehammers and measure those, since, you know, for science or whatever. So this is our trail tire for Project Mischief. This is going to be sticking around for trail purposes. We like to trail ride too. We do all sorts of stuff when we're exploring or we're out trapping or we're doing whatever. This is the tire for that. So this is the only one out of all of our tires that's actually an 8-ply, and that's because it's typically supposed to be a UTV tire. So it's rated quite stronger. So this specific tire, because of that, is definitely going to have a little bit of extra weight for that 2 extra ply rating. Doesn't completely matter in the grand schemes in off-road use. On-road use is where a lot of that comes into play, but certainly a strong tire, and that's why I'm totally okay with a lot of these tires not being on beadlocks. There was a time where I thought everything should be on beadlocks, but it's actually a pretty dedicated use when it comes to that. So this is the MotoClaw. It is a 30 by 10 R14. So it's pretty much the same size as everything we've got minus the one set of 32s, the MotoHavocs. So let's weigh these, see what our trail tires are like. You have any bets, Cass?
They're 8-ply. Let's do... You're not struggling as much as the Assassinators.
I'm going to go with 232.
Oh, all around?
Yeah, with me standing.
How much per tire?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to go 69 per tire.
69 per tire?
Yeah, I don't know. It's the closest.
I guess per tire I'll go 62 pounds.
Okay.
230.
54.
54 pounds?
Yeah.
Wow, these are super light. An 8-ply at 54 pounds.
Yeah, 216 all
So
around.
we had 71.5 for the Assassinators, 64 for the MotoHavocs, and 54 for the trail tires, the MotoClaws.
Yep.
So far, these are the king of being light.
Winner, Gagnon.
It might be because of lugs, size. I mean, it's
Smaller
not a
rims.
32, but it is a 10 wide.
Yeah, it's all sidewall too, so there's a lot of extra rubber on it.
That's really surprising. You know what's funny? I actually remember Trevor from Dirty Life saying that these are super light tires. So
Oh.
obviously now we have proof because that number 54 seems oddly like I'm remembering it, but cool. So far we went from heaviest to lightest. The only tire we have left is your Sludgehammer, which we'll try out
Which
after too.
I suppose will be the lightest tire of all.
I'll bet you it's not. There's no way it beats the MotoClaw.
We'll find out.
All right. So this is the last tire. This is off Cass's Mama Bear, the Yamaha Kodiak. So this is another sort of unique tire. This is a Sludgehammer. It's also a 30 by 10, but it's an R12.
It's so tiny.
So it has a lot of sidewall, and the reason we did this is just so we can keep the stock rims. The bike that she purchased is a special edition, so one of the features was these rims. She wanted to keep them. So we found a way to find a light mud tire that fit on a 12-inch rim, which there's very few of. Honestly, 12-inch rims are pretty much done. There's very few out there. The standard now is 14 from OEM, so that's what we got here. And these were supposed to be one of the lightest mud tires available, especially in the 12-inch market. So we're gonna see what this is worth. So far, the number to beat is 54 pounds, which is the MotoClaw, which is a number I'm super happy with. And Cass and I are gonna guess, what is each tire individually gonna be worth?
56.
56? You think this is gonna be 56?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna go with 57.5 pounds.
Come on, Price is right. Go ahead.
All right. So, lift with your back, twisting, jerking motion. All right. $230.5.
Ooh. 54.5.
So they're not lighter than the MotoClaws, but they are pretty much the same thing. So that's pretty impressive.
So it's 218 all around.
That's more of a credit to the MotoClaw than anything because it's an 8-ply tire.
Yeah.
So there's that. But the argument, I guess, is that there's a lot of lug on this. So this is another tire that measures true. So every single tire that we have here now actually measures true, if not a little over, because of rim sizes, which is the Assassinators. So that's pretty crazy. By the way, those Assassinators are for sale. If anyone wants to buy them.
Two glam shots. Bow, bow, bow.
So that's it for the actual measurement of the tires. A lot of these have been really good to us. We've been very lucky about what... Come on, camera lady, you can do it.
You keep standing up.
Yeah, sorry. So a lot of these tires have been very, very good to us. We've gone on rail bed and snow and mud and rock and all sorts of things. A lot of things that we definitely shouldn't have done with some of these tires that are very specific to a task, and we made them do everything. Now we're fortunate enough to actually have a tire for pretty much everything. So yeah, very happy with all this. There's a few surprising results in there. I'm not surprised that the Assassinators, those things are heavy pigs. Very good at what they do, but very, very heavy. I'm very excited about the claws. We're going to finish putting those on. We have to take a thumbnail with all of these tires, which is kind of tricky because I only have so many jacks and there's a lot of tires going on. But if you guys want to know more or anything else, this idea literally happened because somebody asked to see it. So I figured why not, we would oblige. So that's pretty much all the information that I want to share off the top of my head. If you have any more questions, you can ask down below. And I'll see if we can answer those to the best of our abilities. We're not a tire expert. These are just the tires that we've experienced so far and will experience soon. So
We have experienced those.
a little bit, yes,
Yeah.
in snow, but not enough to like the rest of these tires. I know like the back of my hand. So we're gonna finish installing these tires and get some glam shots. It's getting dark out, but love those MotoHavocs, and those are next.